Hey there, welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to delete tables and get data. Actually, I should say that in reverse. I should probably get data and delete tables. So let's get to the code. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a couple more default values here. And these are going to be lists. So when we get our data, we're going to be getting in the form of lists. We're going to have to enter a list. Yeah, let's get to the code. So the very first thing we're going to do, we're going to make our table. We're going to make our function. So here we go. I'm just going to copy and paste it in here. Again, this looks very similar. We have DB name, which is our database name, which we have up here. And then our table name, I guess our default value is table. And basically, when we're putting a list inside here. So in this case, this will be the categories that we're looking at. And we're going to look for something. If you want to look for something specific, like my name or some sort of number, the score, then we will put it here. So these search and categories, when we put them in, we will be putting them in as a list. As you can see here, the default values are lists. Now, similar to the previous video I had, we have here a variable table, which is the name of our table, and over here we have to make our connection right here. And then we made our cursor. Let me just put this up here. Cursor. Oops. And this here is new. I forgot why I used this, but I used it anyways. You don't have to use this in your code if you don't want to, but you probably should include it because I included it for some reason. So I can't exactly remember the reason why I included it. But yeah, let's just move on. Let me just put this back up here. Things more clear. Okay, again, like in our previous code, we need to an execute command here, and we should have a statement inside here, and I believe a value. And one other thing that we're going to need, we are going to need a fetch another statement here, because when we get our stuff back, we're going to need this fetch all statement. And when you use this fetch all statement, it's going to come back to you as I believe it's either a tuple or a list. So we're going to probably need a for loop. So let's say for I in, or we'll just say for item in that, right? And we can say print or return or print, doesn't matter what you want to do. Say return item, or just print item. It's even better that way. Print item. Okay, there we go. Okay, so a little bit of background, a little bit about the syntax. So the syntax for the statement is going to look something like this. It's going to be like select, and this statement here, this is asterisk. It means all from our table. I believe we named it. We named our table. I guess our table has a DB in front, so it'll be DB my table where, and we're gonna have the categories. So the category, well, because we're gonna have a list of categories. So hold on, let me take a look here. So it's where the category. In our case, our category that we'll be looking at is over here would be username equals question mark. There we go. And then if this is going to be a list, because we have two in our category here, so it has to be separated by an and statement, and it's going to be something like score, because that's what we have up here, score. Again, it's going to equal question mark. Again, these question marks are to prevent injections into your code, which are sort of an attack, such that they can actually send commands to to your program. So you don't want that. So that's why we have these question marks. And then the values here are basically these values here. So in this case, in username, we're going to look for Reza. In score, we're going to look for 1. And this is basically what our syntax is going to look like. And we want to make an F string sort of to mimic this. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, let's work on the first part. Let's work on this over here, this part here. So what I'm gonna kind of paste this here. So I'm gonna make a temporary list, and I'm gonna use a for loop, and I'm gonna be looping through the categories. So here is the category area, and right now in my categories, I just have 2 items in my categories, and this is a list here. So the first item is username, and the second item is score. So I'm looping over those, and I'm using the append method to append the item to a question mark. So you should have something that looks like this. Again, I talked about f strings in the past, or fast strings, and it's basically the same thing as string formatting, except I'm allowed to put the statements, the variables inside these curly brackets, so it shows up right here. Okay, so that's the first part. Um, for the second part, let me just cut and paste this here. I'm gonna make a variable called categories, and I'm gonna basically append, or not append, I want to join these categories using the and. So as you can see up here, this here, username equals question mark and score equals question mark, they are joined together with an and string. So that's what I'm doing right here. I'm joining together with an and string, and that should have concludes the entire this entire code part here for categories. Okay, so that's that part. Now let's make the statement. Let's complete our statement. So over here, I'm just gonna paste this in. I'm gonna call it string execute. So again, this is a fast string, and the syntax is select asterisk, which means all, from table. Again, we made our table up here. Table. That's my table. Where, and then categories, which is basically these things here. And then all we have to do is we have to put the string execute inside our statement. And now we just need our values. However, in our case here, you don't have to do any calculation for values. We already have our values here. Again, these are values here. This search, it's Reza and 1. So here we put in this parameter called search. So this is our value here. Let's copy that. And let's put it right here. Control V. And now I believe that's everything you need to get what you want. So this string execute. So when you execute, when you have this statement here, cursor fetch all, basically it's going to return a list, right? And because it's a list, it'll come out as an object. So if you actually want to read that list, you should put it into a for loop, and then you can print it out to see what it is. However, if you want to return it for any reason, and you probably should, because in my code I return it. But you probably should make another list called items, and let's just have it as an empty list. And all we're going to do is we're going to append, and I'm just going to use items append, and we're going to put here item, because I believe this here is an object, and you need to loop through to get that object. And now once you appended all the items, all your search, everything from your database, then you can say return items, and it should return a list. Now, if you want to be a rock star and return some interesting things, what we can do, let me just put this together here. So let's put this together. So if you want to be a rock star and you want to do some interesting things, I'm just going to paste this from my code, and I'm going to try to explain this the best I can. Over here, we're going to put on the else statement. Here we go. So it's saying here, you append this, and then you join that, and then you execute the string. Okay, good. Okay. I believe you should put this one in as well. Here. And let's go up here. Oh yes, we forgot our with conn statements. We need that. With conn. There we go. And now everything should work properly. I apologize for missing that part. So with conn, and then with the with conn statement, we don't need the conn commit or conn close. That's the whole point of this with conn statement. Okay, so let me explain the rest of this code here. This is optional. You don't need to put this, but I have it in my code. I think it's kind of interesting. So I put here, if you have a star in your search and you have a star in your category, then it should return you all the names of the table, everything in the name of the table. That's why you have this statement here. So that's an interesting thing to do. And I believe that's the reason why I have this conn row factory there, is to allow for this statement to work. Here I said if you have a star in the search and there's only one thing in there, if there's one search and one category, then we're making this statement here, join category, and it was essentially you're just returning one thing, which is not null. And over here, if you have a question mark in the search and a question mark in the category and there's only one thing there, then I believe it allows you to return the keys. Is that right? Yes. I'm not. Let me take a look here. Oh yes, sorry. It returns the keys, or basically the categories for this statement here. First one keys, and this one returns the name of the table for that statement. So these are optional. What you really need is this. This is the main list, the main one that you want to use. These ones here are optional. You can use them if you want to use them. Uh, and that's the first part of this. Okay, for now let's learn how to delete data. So I'm just gonna paste in my function here, and it is similar to what we had before. Again, we have our database name, and then we have the name of our table, and then we have our category and search. Again, these values here, this will be a list, and this should be a list as well. So, like we did previously, we are going to, oh, hold on, let me just backspace that, there we go, and we are going to well, we're going to put these same parameters, which is our table name, and then we're going to make a connection, and I guess we need this. I forgot why we need this. I know why we needed it previously, but here I'm not quite sure if we do need it, but put it there anyways. It doesn't hurt to have that code in. Again, and we're gonna make a cursor because we need that cursor. We need to put our code in somewhere for it to execute. That's why we need this cursor. Okay, so a little bit of background information. Again, we're gonna use with conn, and that's done. But so the background information, I want to show you the syntax, what it looks like. So the syntax is gonna look like this. Let me put a comma here. And there. So our syntax looks like this. It can say delete from table. In our case, our table is db mytable, where we have a match search, which is so our category. Let me just double check. So our category, in our case, what was our category earlier? Our category was username and score. So where username, in our case, my username is Reza. We're using and when you use the word or score, if you want to put more than, if you want to like delete a bunch of stuff, score equals 1. So how are we gonna achieve this sort of syntax? So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna make a tuple. I'm gonna call it tup. And what's it called? Tup1. Let's give it a name. And we're gonna use this function called zip. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna zip together two our category and our values. Hold on, let me take a look here. So over here, you can have your cat and your search. And over here, as you can see here, this is our category. And here is our search. And it should return something like this. We'll return something like, well, basically, this tuple will look like this. Let me just put a comment here. It's going to look like this. It's going to say username, and then it's going to hit a comma. Well, it's going to be a list, I believe. It's going to be a list? Yes, it should be a list. It's a list, and username, and then Reza. And the next one would be a score, and then 1. So that's what the zip's gonna do. It's gonna put it in a format that looks like this. Okay, so now I'm gonna create an empty list, and I'm gonna call it match 1, and it's gonna be empty. And I'm gonna use a for loop, the for loop to this tup1. So I'm gonna say for, and let's just say item in tup1. And what we want to do is we want to make a specific statement. Actually, better yet, let's use this here. Um, let's call this cat. Let's call cat1, and then we're gonna use cat2 because again, this is a tuple, and this tuple has two things in it. It has username and Reza. So so this should be cat2. She called let's call search1, or that's or yeah, search1 because you don't want to use the same name. So we're gonna be looping through each one of these, and each of these tuples has two things in it, so we can use it like this. And in match, what we're going to do is we're going to say match 1 dot append, and what we want to append is a string statement saying cat 1, cat1. Use a plus here, plus statement, and let's give it a bit of space. Let's put an equal sign in between, and another plus here. I'm gonna have search 1. So essentially what we're doing is we're making a list of stuff like this, like of this statement here, and they say it's this statement over here, and there could be more. And once that's done, once you have your list, you want to join them with an OR statement. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna call let's call match 2, and we're gonna say, and we're gonna join them with an OR statement. We're gonna say OR dot join, and we use match 1. Okay, that's good. Let's put this up here, and now we are going to create our string execute. String execute, and the syntax is going to go like this. So our string is going to look like this. This is going to be our string statement. Delete from table, and we know what our table is because we have it up here. Table. Delete from where, and then we have our where. This is the part for, and then we're going to put all this, which is match 2, which is all this here. And then we're just going to execute that string. I believe it's cursor, execute. And I'm just going to drop our statement in there, string, execute. And that's about it. And just to return something, if you want to just to make sure your string execute, you can say return, and then you can just put in, not that. You could turn string execute if you want, just to so you get something back. So it's just like you don't know what's going on. So you can use this return statement to return the string back, just to confirm that you actually deleted some stuff from your table. And finally, to delete a table itself, it's actually quite simple. So the very first thing we're going to do, we're going to do the exact same we did before. We're going to make a function, and again, it's going to go our database name and our table name. And remember, our table name, we let it with we always put this in front. Let's copy and paste that. So again, our table name has this DB in front of it, and yeah. Again, we are making our connection right here, our connection. This one, I don't believe we need this, but I'm just gonna leave it there. And over here, we are making our cursor. And once we have a cursor, again, we're gonna use the with statement with conn, and we do everything underneath this conn. Actually, the syntax is quite simple for this one. So the syntax, what it should look is, it looks something like this. Drop table if it exists. So I'm gonna put here our table name. So what we're gonna do here first, we need to make our execute statement. So cursor.execute, and we're gonna put our statement in here. We're just gonna call this string, because that's what we've been naming it previously. Execute. Okay, so let's now make our statement. So underneath here, I'm just gonna make the statement. Oh, let's tab this in first. There we go. Let's tab this in, and we are going to make our statement right here. String execute, and I'm just going to copy and paste this because it's fairly simple and straightforward. And I'm going to use an F string as well. My mistake. Paste. Let me just erase this. There we go. Let's paste that. Okay, so I'm going to make an F string here. Again, it's like a regular string, except you just put an F in front. Now we have our F string, and all we have to do is replace this with curly brackets, and we can drop our table name. Here, this is our table, but we we sort of changed it because our table name always has a DB in front. We're gonna copy and paste this, and we're gonna put that right in here. And string executes, and you're done. And if you want to return a statement, you can say return, and give a string. Table has been deleted. Okay, dokie. Sorry, okie dokie. So I guess that's all you really need to know for this and for this segment. Okay, that's it.